Hey guys, welcome back to another video. And in this video I want to talk to you guys about the health benefits of being in nature. So, I've made videos in the past kind of talking about how nature is good for just feeling connected with God and being able to calm down your mind. So that was kind of me talking about nature on a soul/spiritual perspective. This video is going to be me talking about it on a health/sort of scientific perspective. So there's three elements actually. Is there three? Four actually. Yeah, four elements, right? We got water, fire, air, and earth. And those are the four elements. So when you are indoors, right? When you're indoors and you're in your work, you're at an office, you're in your house, you're in your dorm, you're in a classroom, right? You are only exposed to, really, if you think about it, one element, unless your house is made of natural products that haven't been manipulated, right? So you're really only exposed to one, and that's air, right? There's air everywhere, of course, right? But the problem with this is that the air that we breathe in cities, in buildings, in houses, in classrooms is not high quality, pure air. It's toxic, and it's toxic because the materials that the building is made out of contain products or whatever that are not designed for us to be inhaling, right? It's like, if you inhale fucking smoke, if you breathe it in, right? If you're next to a fire or you're next to someone who's smoking and you breathe that shit in, that's gonna fuck with you, right? It's not high quality or whatever. So obviously the air isn't as toxic as you breathing in smoke from like a cigarette or whatever, but it's not really, you're not really being nourished by anything. So when you come to nature, you're exposed to almost all four, depending on where you live, right? Earth. So the first one's earth. If you're in nature, you're already exposed to the earth because I'm not walking barefoot right now because the ground's wet. It just rained, but I'm sitting on the earth right now, right? My hands they're touching the leaves. Sometimes I'll just look at a tree and I'll just touch it, and I'll just feel its power and feel it just transmute its energy into me, and I feel the electricity that it just shoots through my body, right? In sort of like a spiritual way. But so earth, when you come to nature, you're exposed to that element, and that element is one key component to our health, right? Next we have air. So when you're in nature, the air is so pure, it has no toxicity to it, and it's good for us to breathe. It's how we're supposed to breathe. It's what we're supposed to breathe. It's the type of quality of air that we're supposed to breathe in. Again, not the shit that we breathe in when we're in cities or whatever. And when we do this, when we breathe in the air here, it actually like invigorates our cells and brings them to life, right? It actually rejuvenates them, unlike the air that we're used to being exposed to. So that's huge. When your cells are alive, you feel alive because you pretty much are cells, your body at least, right? I'm not talking about your consciousness or whatever, but your body, right? So if your body, again, this is sort of like a health video, right? So if your cells are feeling good, if they're alive and they're running at their optimal whatever, then your body is gonna feel great, and your mind's gonna think clearer, and your soul's gonna be in a better state of consciousness. You're gonna be more alert, aware, mindful, and you're just gonna be in a higher state of like alertness and awareness than if you were inside doing whatever, thinking about whatever, right? What else? So we covered air, and then fire, the sun. This should be number one, but yeah. So the sun, when you, especially if you sun gaze, you don't have to sun gaze necessarily, but just by you looking, like if I close my eyes and just sit in the sun, that I usually do this on a sunny day, like you've seen in previous videos, and the sun literally just charges me. I feel it literally charging my being, and I think that combined with the deep breathing, or not even deep breathing, but just being mindful of my breath and breathing quality air, and then obviously if I'm barefoot or I'm sitting on the earth, then I'm literally in the best possible state I could be in at the moment, with of course the monkey mind. Obviously not enlightenment, that's the ultimate state, but as far as your ego goes, and as long as you're in your ego, the best state that you could be in is the state where you're connected with all the elements, because we are a part of nature. That's the only way to really, I mean, obviously you could do like intermittent fasting, right? And I of course advocate that. I of course am a preacher of that. And fruitarian, or even just whole foods, right? Whatever. Vegan, paleo, whatever the fuck. As long as you're eating pure food, quality foods that haven't been processed, right? I mean, along with that, and along with you being in nature, you're literally, you could not, there's no way you're gonna feel depressed, there's no way you're gonna feel anxious, there's no way you're gonna feel sick, ill, tired, or any of that sort of nonsense. It's just not gonna, it won't happen, right? You're not gonna be tempted to go do some unhealthy habit, like go binge out on pot, porn, junk food, any of that shit. Social media, right? You're not going to be tempted to go scroll for fucking 2 hours. I used to do that a lot. But yeah, that's simply, and then, okay, so anyways, I'm going on such a tangent here. Okay, we covered earth, air, fire. Okay, water, yeah. I'm right here, there's a lake, right? It's frozen, but just by me observe, preferably a waterfall, but when I just like stare at a lake from even like right now, this is just gorgeous, right? I don't even have a great view of it, but when I just observe a lake and I see birds or whatever swimming, ducks, again, that's energy, right? When I hear birds chirping, when I hear ducks making noises, right? That's energy that is feeding me, right? In a good way, right? So you're connected with water. I'm connected with the water. I'm connected with the earth. I'm connected with the air. And this is all pure energy. It's not toxic, right? It's not like when you're around a human, right? And they have impure energy, right? This cannot be anything but pure, right? And it's just like when you eat an apple compared to when you eat a slice of pizza. The slice of pizza is not, its energy is gonna fuck with you and bring you down. But if you eat an apple that's obviously organic, it can't do anything but lift you up, right? And by me staring at this water, by me, the sun's kind of like peeking in and out, by me being with the sun, by me being with the leaves, the trees, everything, the dirt, and by me breathing in this air, I am literally the healthiest I could be in the moment, right? I mean, if I wanted to really take it seriously, I could take all my clothes off, and that would be the ultimate like peak of human health. Again, along with intermittent fasting, having a healthy sleep schedule, diet, of course, drinking enough water, right? So basically what I'm trying to say is that we can't just focus on the type of food we're eating and sleep and working out, right? We have to reconnect with our essence, right? Because you could be working out, you could be eating good, right? But if you're indoors all the time, then you're not gonna be, you may still thrive and feel good, of course, like, okay, of course you're gonna feel better if you're eating healthy and working out and doing this and that than someone who is obviously not. But let's say that you combine that with coming to nature every day, no matter if it's, I mean, obviously if it's raining, you don't want to come to nature or be outside, because, I mean, hey, you could, but I prefer not to get soaked and have to change all my clothes. But anyways, I don't want to keep talking in circles. I tend to do this a lot. I've been on this nature, like, video making, like, thing for, like, 2 weeks now. I don't know what has, like, struck me, but I definitely think that this is something that I have to, like, really take seriously, because I remember last winter, I did not touch any forest, any beach, obviously, well, you could go to the beach in the winter, any forest, any mountain, anything. I didn't do any of that. I was inside the whole winter. I would go to school, I would come home, I would either go to the gym, I would go to work, or I'd stay in and just sit on my phone. And that's sort of like, it's not gonna help you. You're gonna feel lost, right? You could be holding onto your nut, you could be eating right and everything, but you're still gonna feel like something's missing. And it's because you're not being charged by the divine mother that we call nature, Earth, Gaia, right? It's here to fucking empower us, and we're destroying it. And that's why we are suffering right now, because we have lost connection to the most basic thing that is required for our prosperity. It's so simple. It's so fucking simple, but, you know, college professors don't really talk about this. High school teachers don't talk about it. Actually, my English teacher, I'll give him credit. He's kind of one of the more wiser professors that I look up to. He actually mentioned that, hey, he mentioned a guy who wrote a book. I think his name was like Edward Abbey or some shit. And he said that, yeah, human beings, when they come to nature, it's almost like they reconnect with their wild side, their primal, the primal side of their being, right? And he actually mentioned that, and I'm happy for that, that he did that. But he's like the only one, you know. We got all these other professors that are stuck in the 3D part of reality. So again, I'm not gonna try to keep talking in circles. You get the point. Get in nature. Again, every day would be optimal, but if you can't, if you're busy, if you're struggling or whatever, it's not ideal. An ideal weather. The weather is not ideal for you to be in nature. If it's raining or whatever, if it's a fucking blizzard. I hate blizzards. Then, you know, skip a day or two or whatever, however long, but make sure you get in nature, get in the sun, and breathe. If you do those two things, along with, again, intermittent fasting, of course, and eating right. You don't even have to do intermittent fasting if you don't want to. Just eat right, and then you're gonna feel like, all right, I have a hold of myself, right? I don't feel like my thoughts are destroying me. I don't feel like I'm being like held down by anything, and I feel like I'm free, and I have like a grip on my life, and I can do anything from there. So that's really where I wanted to drive this point home. Thank you guys for listening. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe and click the notification bell to the right so you get notified when I upload. If you have any questions, video recommendations, or whatever, feel free to leave them down below, and I will do my best to respond to you. And as always, I hope you guys have a good day. Peace.